로이코의 정지윤입니다. 오늘은 보시다시피 미국의 애리조나에 위치한 덴다고스티노에 와 있습니다. 덴다고스티노의 신제품도 소개하고 공장의 투어도 진행해 주신다고 하는데요. 이번에 한번 보여드리면서 소개해드리도록 하겠습니다. 가시죠. 덴다고스티노의 건물은 제품의 외관만큼이나 아름답고 웅장했습니다. 그리고 그 안에서 오늘 소개해드릴 제품, 덴다고스티노 창립 15주년 기념 신제품인 모멘텀 Z 모노블럭 파워앰프를 만났습니다. Good morning, Dad.
How are you?
Good, how are you? 이번 영상에서는 모멘텀 Z에 대해 집중적으로 소개해드리고 다음 영상에서 덴다고스티노 본사 공장 투어와 함께 브랜드의 철학과 기술력을 자세히 전해드리겠습니다.
15 years ago, we made the Momentum, the 300, and it was like a milestone for me as a designer because I used to work in big metal, you know, the Krell MRA, that was a big piece of metal. Peter and I talked about what we would do when we started this company. I mean, remember, we started with nothing. So we had a clean sheet of paper, and Peter worked with the Rob Report and luxury products. And she always said, we don't have anything in our industry that is a luxury looking product. And that's how this design for the 300 came into being. When we looked at the amplifier as it was, we think that on the MXP we pushed that technology as far as we could, empirically, and said, what are the shortcomings of this amplifier? There's very few, but it could have more power. So at Krell, I had a product called the FPB. It was a breakthrough product for us at Krell because it was the only product that was ever made in audio with a regulated output stage. So that's something special because you don't need great big capacitors. All you need is a really good regulator. But there was something about that amplifier that I really liked and something about it that I didn't. And what I didn't like was a darkness in it. And I couldn't put my finger on what that was. I actually took that circuitry, took the regulator out and listened to it, and a lot of that went away. So I said, it's the regulator. And so I said, it would be great to regulate that amplifier, but the regulator always makes it sound worse. And I found out what the problem was, is that if you build the regulator with the same parts you build the output stage with, it's exactly the same speed as the output. It actually has to be 2 to 3, maybe even 10 times faster than the output stage in order for it to work. And that was the key. So once we started experimenting with some devices, we were able to get that performance. The regulator is way faster than the amplifier. And when you put the two things together, there is a magic that you can't get. There's such advantages to regulated output transistors. They always are operating exactly the same. What else does it give us? The regulator is the safeguard of the amplifier. It senses how much current the amplifier does. It senses if you short the output. It senses if there's something wrong and shuts the amplifier immediately, way faster than any protection device. But the beauty, it's not in the audio chain. It has nothing to do with the audio. That's the first time you're going to hear an amplifier like that because nobody has done what we did with the regulator before. So this is a special breakthrough. So when you even listen to it at low levels, it's going to make you think you're playing it loud. You hear the low bass notes, you hear impact, you hear width, you hear highs, you hear space. It's all there at low levels. I mean low. And that's something that none of the amplifiers on the market can do, including ours. Well, it's a different sound than the Relentless, and the Relentless is way more powerful. But this amplifier is about 550 into 8 and doubles all the way down to 2. The difference between this and any amplifier that we've ever made is that we depend on high voltage so that as you go down in impedance, the amplifier will still make its spec, but the voltage drops as you go down. Being that this is regulated, let's say you have 50 volts at 8, at 2 ohms, you still have 50 volts, 49.8 or something. It doesn't change at all. The game is to make things. And right now, I'm doing stuff that I always wanted to do, and we're on to this new threshold of what can be done sonically. This is all about sound. I don't care about specs. I care about the sound. And if we do something that has magnificent specifications like that amplifier, and it sounds better, that's a winner.
Momentum Z amplifier consists of the two transformers. The original one, we were using only one transformer, and then the plus and minus has different their own transformers. And each transformer 1000 watt. All the total, you can have the 2 kilowatt power of this amplifier. The regular momentum is 400 watts, and then so this amplifier is 500 watts, 8 ohm. Also, there is a big more advantage of the using the two transformer, because you can have the very low noise flooring on the system, and it is providing you ultra low distortion and more power, of course. Inside the power structure, I want to show you more from the side. You can see better. Bottom instruction. We divided the amplifier to two floors, and then only in here we used the transformers, and then we try to also get rid of from the magnetic field of the structure, and we separated here with the copper. Speaker output binding post, we moved on the this area, and the Ethernet controller in this area as well. But everything rather than this one, everything. We use the special line select boards, and we use the goldfish connector, 22 micron golds including each pin, and it is carrying you more clear power. This is the idea of we get from the previous version of the designs. Like if you remember, we at the Momentum MX we integrated Momentum C2. The relentless preamplifier, we make the chassis structure with the fits. Inside the fits, we use the special connectors. It is the same idea of the concept. When we come to the top chassis, this metal is 99.9% pure copper. But what we did it, we used the cadmium plating. Cadmium plating has a two advantage. It is on the copper, the cadmium plating, it is providing you the more cooling. It touch the metal, because we use the special IGBT controllers. Every single pole, like a positive and negative, two of them, and we are cooling the structure very well with the copper and cadmium plating. And the cadmium plating also the faster communication. If you look the main chassis, we use the pure copper standoffs on the two area. One of them is here and one of them is in the middle, because we want to have the grounding system properly on the whole chassis. So this is the 4880 pixel very high resolution LCD screen. You are going to see the numbers are passing, like it says bias check, DC check, temperature check. Everything, it is showing you all the details. If there is something missing, the system is immediately stopped. It says you have a temperature issue or something, but of course you are not going to have with this product, because there is very good nice control system inside. And then you are seeing all the details with this screen. And then the top building instruction, it is very clear. There's no cable inside. We make all the boards board-to-board magazine connectors, and every single structure they have their own connector system. When you look inside the amplifier, it looks like a very clear, like an aerospace engine. We have this special regulation system, digital regulation system inside the unit. We have extra the protection fuses for each rail. Each one is a 15 amp fuses, and then we are having here. If you remember the high-speed regulation structure from the D'Agostino, we used the IGBT controller for the system. Each IGBT controller providing you 98 volts for each rail, but we are controlling these rails is so good with the controllers. And then so those boards, the hardware structure, 100% made by D'Agostino engineers, and the software belongs to us. We are controlling every single the structure of the voltage with those IGBT controllers. They are communicating each other. They are smart. If there is a no negative voltage, the positive voltage states I don't want to come. It is staying, remaining here. This section, it is the brain of the system. We call it the core brain system. This one controlling with bias, DC, temperature, every single the value inside the amplifier, it is calculating. Also ruling these two structure here. And then there is if you see like there's the 1 microprocessor, 2 microprocessor, 3 microprocessor. This main system controlling all the structure, I can tell it is the brain of the amplifier. So we have the analog regulation, special analog regulation, ultra low ripple distortions characteristics providing to you. The purpose of this structure providing you to the power of your input board, JFET input board. Very special folded cascade structure. It is feeding on this point, and also we have the high rail right and left channel. We are using the pure copper, 99.9% pure copper cadmium plating the bars, right, positive and negative. This is very important because if you lose the kind of like a cable connector type, the cables, and then you are losing some power loose on the connectors, on the cables. Also those cables affecting from the outside like a magnetic field. But this one giving you ultra high speed power consumption here, right, positive and negative side. This is the old structure inside the amplifier. I think I completed my old minutes.
Right now, the Ethernet option has give us information about the unit, like a output stage, the bias voltage, and DC offset voltage. As a regulator output stage, it gives us the informations for troubleshooting. We have first page here. So we are able to access with like Chrome, like it is like a website. Okay, we can access the momentum Z hyphen serial number local, and then we can see those details here. Like we have green marks and red marks here. So something is wrong, it will be red, and then unit will not turn on. It is the first page for the customers. We have also second page for the troubleshooting for the technicians. We are able to see all the numbers at here for the troubleshooting. If something is wrong, we can see what happened here. It will record here, and then we can track all the issues with this page. When the unit has problem, we have to measure like as if physically, we have to get like voltmeter, amp meter, something. So right now we don't need to make anything. We can hook up the Ethernet cable, and then we can access our website, and then we can see all of them without any physical measurement.
지금까지 단다고 신호의 신제품 모멘텀 Z 앰프 내부와 기술들을 자세히 살펴보았는데요. 특별히 단다고 신호 회장님의 개인 공간으로 초대받아서 이 신제품을 직접 들어볼 수 있는 시간을 가졌습니다. 시스템 구성은 모멘텀 Z 모노블럭 파워앰프와 윌슨 오디오 크로노소닉 XVX 스피커, 체크다스 턴테이블, DCS 바레즈 뮤직 시스템, 그리고 모멘텀 C2 프리앰프와 모멘텀 포노 앰프가 사용되었습니다. 아쉬운 마이크 컨디션이지만 짧게 한 곡 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 북미국 사막 한가운데 아름다운 풍경 속에서 탄생한 단다고스티노 창립 15주년 기념작 모멘텀 Z였습니다. 본사 현장에서 직접 소개해드려서 더욱 특별했던 것 같은데요. 다음 편에서는 단다고스티노 공장을 둘러보며 제품이 어떤 방식으로 제작되는지 그리고 단다고스티노만의 기술력이 무엇인지 자세히 소개해드리도록 하겠습니다. 다음 편에서 뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다.